Hello, I'm Courtney Cardini and welcome to Life of a Travel Writer. This is vlog 8 out of 52. It is currently February 23rd, and if you are new here, I post a weekly update as I am currently working on my debut travel memoir, The 2-Year Sailor, which is the working title, with my literary agent. Usually I post on Wednesdays, but for the last 2 Wednesdays, I've been a little off track because we had left Taiwan to head to Arkansas to see my sister, so I have been enjoying family time for the last 2 weeks. We have a new addition to my family, my nephew, so I have been hanging out, enjoying baby time, seeing my family. So for the last 2 weeks I've just been posting on Sunday and doing my weekly update. And this week my biggest update is that I had a meeting with my literary agent and we are still currently working on the book proposal. I have a lot of developmental things I have to work on for my book proposal, mostly with my chapter summaries and my sample chapters, because a lot of what I need to focus on is that my writing is good, but it is blog ready, not book ready. And it's really hard. I'm finding it really, because when I tell people that, they're like, what does that mean? And I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's just 2 very different forms of writing. Like, blog writing is usually, short and sweet and concisive, but like memoir writing is a more in-depth writing, so my developmental level needs an upgrade. So that's basically what I have been working on with my literary agent. So I have no new updates besides that. Hopefully we will be going out for submissions within the next couple months. If we could get this, if I could get out what I need to get out. So it is hard because I've only done blogging, so writing a book and even being a avid reader it's really hard because it's a new skill that I'm building. So which is something that I like because I do like to be challenged and I do enjoy constructive criticism. So I am enjoying that aspect of it, the challenge of taking your writing from one level to the next. And so I am trying to figure out how to explain that to people because obviously my family and my friends are like, what does that mean? And yeah, so that is currently what is going on. And also I realized this morning that tomorrow is my 3-year anniversary that I posted my first blog post ever. So when I started working for the National Geographic Resolution, it was in November of 2021. And then by the end of the second month into my contract, I decided this is it. I'm going to start blogging. If not now, never. I turned 30 before I joined the ship, so it was a really big deal for me. Obviously, most people have a midlife crisis. And I always knew that I wanted to be a writer and I wanted to work in travel and in fiction, and I was like, this is it. I'm going to start. If I don't start now, I never will. So I finally did it, and it was a big thing because even when I was living in Rome for grad school, I also tried to start a blog, but I had too much going on because I was working and I was learning Italian and I was taking grad classes and doing too much. So I finally decided while I was working on the ship that was it. I was going to start a blog, and I did. I posted my first blog post, how I ended up in Antarctica, February 24th of 2022. So looking back over the last 3 years, while it feels like it has taken forever, I have made a lot of small milestones. The biggest ones being that I now have 3 bylines published. I have finished the first draft of my travel memoir at 83,000 words and change, and I have a literary agent. And those 2 accomplishments were huge for me last year because when I decided to leave the ship after 2 years and 5 contracts, my biggest goal for 2024 was to finish the draft and to get a literary agent. So I am very grateful that I was able to accomplish those goals, and I'm very grateful for my literary agent, and I'm excited to see what the future will hold, though it does feel like it's taken so long to get here. And obviously I still have a lot of things that I want to accomplish, but we got to start small and work our way up. So those are the big things that I'm very grateful for. And I'm grateful that even though my blog hasn't taken off or anything like that, like I'm also doing a Substack. I've met a lot of people through blogging already. And I'm just grateful that I decided to continue posting. I think that is one of the hardest things with creatives, is that you get so distracted and you just want to do everything, and you get discouraged because you don't see any progress. But I am somebody who loves not slow progress, but I'm someone who understands slow progress. Like, I've been running for 15 years, and it took me, no, over 15 years at this point now, but it took me about 12 years before I could run a 7-minute mile. And that's a huge thing for me because I have exercise-induced asthma. So I couldn't make it 20 seconds before I was having an asthma attack. And now I can run a 10K. When I train, I can run a 7-minute mile. Right now I'm back, I've been slacking the last couple of years, so I'm back to like a 10-minute, 11 to 12 minute, depending on the day, mile. But like, I understand that things take a very long time, so I'm just grateful that I didn't give up. So if you do have something that you have always wanted to do, and you start and you stop, you start and you stop, just keep going. That is my advice for this Sunday. It's something that I want to remind myself, and I want to remind everybody else. You just have to keep going. You only fail when you stop. So yeah, so that is our Sunday update. For next week, I might post on Wednesday because I will be leaving Arkansas and heading to Mexico. It is my second year going to Mexico. I'm going to meet my partner, and we have some things going on, but we will be in Mexico for a couple months. And then I'm excited because in May I'll be heading back home to New York, and I'm going to the Women in Travel Summit. So I'm very excited for that. It's going to be my first travel conference. And having met, which I met one of my first travel bloggers in Mexico last year, and she really encouraged me to go to the conference because of the fact of, she said that's where everything picked up for her because of the connections that she made. So, and I don't know why I never thought of it before. I think just sometimes you want to do things, but you don't know what you don't know, and you really have to research and find these things, but sometimes it just comes to you. So she had given me that advice, and so I'm very excited to go to my first travel conference, and especially because I get to go for free because I volunteered and I got the slot for volunteering, which is very exciting. So if there is a conference that you're interested in that you found but you're discouraged about having to pay or anything like that, and it's just something that's out of your budget at the moment, volunteer. It's always good. It's also something you can put on your resume, which is also good. Volunteering, like, yes, you went to the conference, but that's not something you can put on your resume, but volunteering for a conference is something you can add to your portfolio. So I always try to do little things like that that'll just push the needle just a little forward, even if it's just a centimeter. It moves things forward in the right direction. So yeah, so that is the current update. We are working still on the book proposal. The draft is still sitting at 83,000 words. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where the rest of the year brings us. And I hope you have a great week.